Hello, welcome to the queue. It is scenario 0 for Global War 1985. It is the USA turn 1, and they had $20 to spend. They will be heading out to do some counterinsurgency in Chile. They get their free cruise missile. They're going to buy 2 paramilitary, 1 airborne, 1 mechanized infantry, and 2 frigates. There's a big naval buildup out there. But this is that's where we're at for the purchase. Let's go to combat. There really is going to be no combat here. We're just going to shift some forces and try and do the best we can. We can do a cruise missile attack, though, and maybe that's the best thing to do. So we can send one from our cruiser, but it can only go one space, so we can't do that. So we'll have to send it from our air base, and we'll just send it into this massive horde of units there. Now they do have a SAM, so they do get the opportunity to shoot it down. And since there's no other aircraft coming, let me see. Anti-missile defense. Yeah, they both have that. So let's roll the SAM first, which will be at a 2. And it misses. So the cruise missile comes into Buenos Aires there at a 5, and it misses. All right. So that kind of stinks there. All right, that was really the only attack that we had going. We're going to shuffle here. This submarine, I wonder if we should move it to, well, it can only go 3. 1, 2, 3. So it'll be there. This little unit you see here is a oil tanker. And if the Russians or the Soviets can get a ship there, then it's undefended. It's like an auto kill, and that affects the U.S. income by -2. So it's like an anti-bonus when they collect their income. So having it there is nothing, but if you lose it, it's -2. So that's the way that goes. Let me look at the bonus and see. Yeah, you don't get anything for it if it's there, which you would think if it's there, you should get something, right? But anyway, so that is going to be that move. We are going to sea lift this main, not a main, yeah, it's a main battle tank. He'll come out 1, 2, and you'll see on the map here, Panama has a minor port, so it can accept 1 unit. As far as that goes. We're going to move 1 of our infantry into Amazon here. And I think we didn't buy a SAM, did we? So we're going to leave that there in case they shoot missiles at us. That's really the only airlift that we're got going. Or I mean non-com, other than that sub and that sea lift that we had. We could airlift this infantry, but we kind of needed infantry to soak up some hits. So, oh, you know what? I didn't follow the rules here. The first thing up is global operations, which is your counterinsurgency, surgery, and diplomacy. So it's the same scenario. I get 1 dice for my advisor, and I purchase 2. So I'll have 3 dice, and they have to be at 10. And 12 and a 10. So that counterinsurgency guy is toast. Chile is grateful for U.S. Participation there. So we will flip these units. And I'm using the NATO units as neutral just because of their color. So we got to get a regular fighter and a regular infantry. And they go here. And I believe you get, if it's worth $1, And Chile is not, so I don't get a bonus infantry. If it was worth $1, I would get one more infantry. So the U.S. fighter and that infantry. So we do that at the beginning of the turn so that I could use that in an attack or non-combat. We're going to non-combat, you know, and fly over here to, I wish I knew what territory that was of Brazil, but it's buried. There it is, San Paulo. All right, San Paulo. All right, so we'll put that fighter in there because I think Chile is going to be overrun on the next turn. I'm pretty sure. I'm 100% sure of it, actually. So let's continue to place our goods. We got 2 paramilitary. One here for Brazil, northeast Brazil, just so that there isn't an airborne drop in an empty territory. We're going to put one in the Amazon there to help defense. We're going to build the airborne here in San Paulo because we got that air base. A mechanized we're going to build up here in Panama at that minor army base. And of course our 2 frigates here go into this sea zone A43 via the shipyard. All right, and then we get our 1 cruise missile. So we're back up to 3. All right, so that is pretty much the the USA turn. Not a lot happening, but it'll be happening soon. So, well, actually, we did get Chile. That's nice. So let's see. The U.S. really is only, well, as I'm looking at that, $17 is their starting bonus. So let's put that up there. So, well, that was a 10. 10, 15, 17. But it says here -3. Oh, if Panama is possessed. So Panama is not possessed. So we'll have 17 next turn. So we don't get a bonus either for positions of stuff. All right, well, it is what it is. So if we want to do a score count, the USA is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the Soviet Union. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if the game ended now, USA wins, but I don't think it's going to end. All right, next up will be Soviet turn 2.